All right, so I am standing here with Al, and Al, you just brought this down. This is one of the most impressive pieces that have come down here in a long, long time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're pretty proud of it.
Absolutely. Now, I know this has a rich history because I've seen the before and after pictures, and it came a long, long way. So so when exactly did you get it?
We got it in 2010.
Okay.
It was a chassis at that point, consisted of a frame, rear axle, the differential gears were in it, and a radiator and a fuel tank.
Wow.
Radiator was shot full of holes. Somebody used it for target practice.
So it was just sitting out in the field, and
Yes. So we cast a new transmission case.
And you're a machinist by trade, right?
Yes.
So this was something that you were kind of prepared for, but also huge job for anybody.
It was a huge undertaking. We actually own our own machine shop, and we got larger than normal equipment.
So the heaviness of
that was no problem. We were geared up for it very well in that respect. Fortunately, there's a team of people out there that work on tractors like this that are go-to guys.
Sure.
Everybody helped everybody. It's a team effort. It was
very community-based hobby.
Very community-based. Everybody was willing to help you.
Right.
And of course, you returned the favor when you could. You know, some people had made some parts, and we were allowed to borrow their patterns.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because you didn't have anything to start with as far as an engine.
I had nothing. But we had transmission gears for this one that are original, original crankshaft.
Wow. Okay.
I followed up a rumor that a guy had a brand new carburetor for this sitting on his fireplace mantle. And it ended up being true.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a new old stock carburetor for it.
Of all the things that you could find on a guy's mantle.
Right.
A big 430 carb.
Right.
New old stock one.
New old stock. Tempted to pull this carburetor off and put it on mine, but it's not going to happen.
I know through tracking some of the restoration and going through it, you had some other guys too that were needing things, and I know there were a couple extra frames around, so you weren't just having to make just the one set. So it made it a little more effective that way.
It made it more effective, but it made it more of a job also.
Oh, sure.
You know,
right. You were on other people's timelines instead of your own, I'm sure.
Right. You know, you'd make a cylinder, for an example, and you had X number of hours in machining it. Mm-hmm. Well, you take that times 4, and it's a substantial amount of time. But then somebody else needs a set of cylinders too, and all of a sudden, you spent 2 weeks at it or 3 weeks and did nothing but cylinders, and it's work then.
The level of detail that y'all went through is unreal. I mean,
and we tried to do as much as the original as we could.
Right.
This is all hand painted.
Yeah, there's no stickers on this.
There's no stickers. This is hand painted.
That's incredible.
You know,
it's kind of a lost art.
It is.
I mean, really.
It is. The guy that did our pinstriping and lettering is 70 years old. He wanted to hurry up and get it done before he started getting shakes or something.
Wow.
And which he doesn't have yet. It's just he was scared he's going to lose it.
Yeah.
But you know, the fancy artwork here, that's all just freestyle. There's no template, there's no nothing.
Right. But it's something that they used. It's not something that you necessarily created, because just from you posted pictures early on that it actually still had some of that left, which was amazing in itself.
Yep.
But he was able to not trace that, I think, but it gave him a guide on what was there and what.
This tractor was we got from Morris Bloomgren, and it was parked underneath an evergreen tree, which actually kind of sapped it.
Oh, so it actually preserved it.
It preserved it.
Nice.
So we were able to get good, clear pictures of all this stuff and the serial number on the front.
Wow.
Along with a lot of the other stuff, but this was actually crystal clear.
Wow.
So,
wow. And it was just preserved behind that sap.
Yes. And the serial number, of course, that's to me a big thing.
Absolutely. Well, it's the history of it.
It is.
So that's,
it is.
In fact,
on the history side of it, when the pinstriper was standing here painting, and he's looking at me, talking to me while he's painting, which just blew me away.
Yeah, because I can't draw a straight line just while I'm.
No.
It's just me by myself.
Right, right. And he's telling me about his uncle in Clooney, Alberta, Canada, who had a John Deere dealership. Well, through the Reynolds Museum, I found out the location where this tractor came from.
Was Clooney.
It was Clooney.
Wow.
So the following day, he brought a plat book from Wheatland County, and we looked for the location, and we found out who owned it, or who owned the property, and we called them. And it was a grandson of the original owner of this tractor. So we've traced it back to the original owner.
Wow.
It went from there to the Stan Reynolds Museum, which is currently the Reynolds Museum. From there to Morris Bloomgren, and there to me. So I'm the fourth owner of this tractor. The second owner of it running.
That's unreal. That's right. Yeah, because Morris never had an engine at all.
No, nor did the Reynolds Museum.
Wow.
The grandson said his grandpa did not like the tractor. He had grown up with steam. He had a big threshing operation, and he went back to steam.
Mm-hmm.
So the missing parts, he figured, were at the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean in some ship for part of the war effort.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
So
it got scrapped out.
It got scrapped out, yes. Anything they could haul away with their Model A Ford pickup or whatever they had for a
Right,
for a
yeah,
vehicle.
obviously the frame and wheels, it would
That
have been too
wasn't gonna
much to
go.
break up. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you couldn't do that like the cast. So.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
wow.
Right.
Yeah, what a crazy series of events that
Yes,
that kind of led you all the way back to the original farm and family.
Right.
So the fact that they were still in the plat book and you were able to find somebody to contact is huge,
Right.
huge.
Yeah, his grandpa Marcelius Bollinger bought it brand new.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it is honestly so impressive that you were able to do this and bring it back and bring it back right.
Yep.
Not just bring it back, but bring it back better than new.
Well, we're extremely proud of the way it turned out, and it's certainly. I think I you right to be proud of it.
You do, absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
There's nobody that could contest that at all.
Yep.
So well, you want to see if we can get her running?
We can try.
I know it'll run. So
You do, huh? Okay. The way it starts is actually directly proportional to how many people are watching.
that's the best thing with taking stuff to a show is you can start it, get it on the trailer,
Yep.
or at least with my stuff, you can start it, get it on the trailer, take it there, and then it doesn't want to start for at least until everybody walks away from it.
Yep. If there's 30 people standing around, it'll take 30 pulls.
Well, I've watched you start this a handful of times now, and it's never faltered once. So I don't expect it here.
You know, if nobody's around, it'll usually start on the first or second pull. We have did a few things on here. The compression releases are supposed to come out straight, and they made a mess on the fender.
Oh.
My wife got sick of cleaning it up, so we put a 90-degree on here and we plumbed it down.
And cleaned it, yeah.
Cleaned it up. It's.
Well, and I mean, honestly, that makes a whole lot more sense too,
Right.
to do it that way because.
We've added some deals here to oil the valve guides.
Oh, okay.
In the original instruction book that I have, it says to set the oil level so the exhaust has got a blue hue out of it.
So they wanted a little bit of
Right.
lubrication in there.
Right.
And so it would just burn off, obviously. But
Right. We've got oil rings on it so it doesn't smoke at all. So we've kind of defeated their original purpose, but it's a much cleaner running tractor.
Right. And this is this mag. I know that's a hard one to find too.
It is. It's a 5-bar KW counterclockwise rotation.
Which makes it a little more difficult than
Correct.
than that counterclockwise. That's a
Yes.
big difference because
Yes.
there's not that many that.
I think this
require
is the
that.
only tractor that uses a counterclockwise.
So yeah, no, it's very few that would actually even need it as
Right.
far as owners. And it's got a pretty neat base. So that's your advance and retard.
This is your spark advance and retard, yes. 3 people watching, 3 pull.
That's right, that's right. Wow.
Now it's running slow. Incredible. That is kind of cool. I mean, because there's no way they ran this good coming out of the factory. I mean, you know. They all had a gallop to them. They were
Right.